So today we're going to do a few things. We're going to test out some more of the tri-edge squeegees, do a little bit more playing with them. We're going to test out a new proprietary blend of Supreme wrap film by Avery. Not sure I'm allowed to show that, so I don't care. We'll do it anyway. And then we're just going to go over some things about vinyl that maybe people don't know and just explain it so people understand how it works and why we can do what we do with it. New film by Avery, and we're just testing it. They want to see what our feedback is, and you know, it laid really great. We tried to just lay it real flat, find out if we get basically what looks like sand or grit on our body lines. So we tried not to shift it, right? We lay it right down, go from there. We're gonna just lay this on, we're gonna take it off. We want to see how it peels, everything, and but finish is nice. I love the color. It's kind of like a Nardo gray. So we just kind of pulled it and repositioned it a little bit so that I could pull over these edges. So I want to hit those high marks and just see what kind of adhesive balls we get, if any, on these edges. Fix is good. Shrinkability, and that's always been a big one. Anybody that works with 3M knows 3M's got phenomenal shrinkability, there's no question. And looks good. I'm going to try out a tri-edge here in this little groove, see how this works. Okay, that was pretty cool. I like that, that was nice. Square squeegee doesn't fit right in here real well unless you get good bend on one, but I just grabbed that one and I can just bring it right down there, and that worked pretty slick. Air release is good. One of the things when laying vinyl, a lot of guys will want to go into deep channels. Like right in here, we have a decent channel, right? It's not too crazy, but we've got this little channel right here. Assuming you've got a bigger one, you know, you got some of the Nissan Envy vans and Ford Transits and things like that where you've got deep 90 recesses. And when you're going into something like that, this one's pretty big and it's pretty wide, so the curve is more fluid and gradual. It's not so sharp. And when you go to do something like this, you have the availability of feeding this in. I think you could probably give it some heat and go right in the middle without doing anything around it first, and you'll hold just fine. You won't have any issue. But when you get those real deep recesses or things like that, what a lot of the newer guys don't understand is it's how well that adhesive is going to hold, right? So when you're going to do an area, let's just say this is a little bit deeper recess and we want to work it into there. So you're going to heat that area up. What a lot of newer guys will do is they'll wrap, right? You'll wrap right up tight and right up tight. And then what we've done is we've created a tighter tent into our gap. What you want to do is leave as much of that vinyl loose so that it's softer and not tighter, because this allows us to pull from this amount of vinyl and not this amount of vinyl. This is where you tend to get your overstretch. But what guys don't understand is it's not just overstretching the vinyl itself. One of the main factors is you have a primer. You have your vinyl, primer, and that primer holds your adhesive. If you take this piece of vinyl and you have your adhesive on the back, and we take and we stretch what we're doing is we're stretching the adhesive. So instead of having real strong adhesive, we've moved all our adhesive so that we don't have a good consistent grasp and hold. So now you've weakened the primer that holds to the adhesive, and the adhesive is weaker and holding to the metal or whatever you're applying to. That's where we get that popping, where we went too tight in a recessed area. It's understanding what's going on with the vinyl instead of just, well, you didn't post heat right, or you didn't do. If you don't know how vinyl works and how it holds, then you're not doing it right to begin with. Post heating is great, but you have to apply it properly. Whether you post heat or not doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to hold. Applying it wrong in the first place means it's not going to hold, period, no matter how much post heat. So understanding how the adhesive works, keep that adhesive nice and strong and don't make it spread out, because now you just don't have the hold that you're looking for. So instead of making a tight tent like this and then pushing down real tight in the middle of it, keep that stuff loose like this. And let's just, I mean, again, this is not a major deep recess, but this is a good available area for us to talk about it. Give it a little heat, make everything nice and happy. And then this whole area, one of the big things too is people that like to use a torch. Torches are fine, right? I get it. You can use a torch, use a heat gun, whatever you want to do. The only thing is, if you're newer to wrapping, a torch is, and we use the bigger tips, gives you a wider flame, right? But this is a very direct and intense heat right here. A heat gun is a little less intense direct, and you can hold it back and spread that out. You can do it with a torch, but you have to understand how much heat you're putting out. So if you do it that way, you warm this up. I like to use a heat gun, especially with my newer guys, because again, if you overheat one area and you don't heat this enough, you're getting overstretch in one, improper stretch in the other. It causes issues just in the fluidity of your stretch, right? Your flow. So if I heat the whole thing consistently and then I come through and lay it nice and clean on that one edge first. I'm going to do the recess first, and I come all the way down, right? That way my recess is set, and then I can work out from there. But I pulled a little bit of vinyl from each edge, from here in, and this I haven't laid, so it allows a little bit of flexibility. This is not the greatest of examples because it's flat here, but those that understand will get what I'm talking about. Just a little bit of heat. That takes and sucks this corner right up, nice and clean. We can come right along the bottom. And because of where we live, right, we're up in the Northwest, we get rain and snow. Come to the back side of that corner, we're gonna give a little cut. This is a Justin Pate move right here. Cut along the back side, come right to this corner, right on the back edge of it, cut that way, and then just make sure that's nice and clean on this one, cut that way. We like to wrap back up under just a little bit, and that's what your corners. No fingers in those corners, nice clean edge, no fingers. That's literally right on the edge of it. About, I don't know, we're probably 3 weeks in to using tri-edge squeegees, and most all my guys have swapped over. This is the one I've been running. My green side is my hard card with my buffer. I have Teflon, this is my softer side. And this side, again, is pretty hard. I mean, I got a little flex. This is what I use most of the time when I'm actually laying the vinyl and getting everything where I want it. And then this side is tucking or graphics, things of the sort, getting edges. And been impressed. The guys have all kind of picked certain ones they like. Easy to do. I was like, at first, wait a minute, I gotta swap them. Once you swap it, it's not like you're doing this all the time. Once you have a good card, the card will last you a long time. We did swap out. I did one of these. I did a harder card on this side, and I did a soft one with this curve to it. We put a big old banana buffer type thing on it. This isn't a banana buffer, but same concept roughly. But this one, like when I went into this groove, like if I take my squeege and I want to go, right, I've got a gap. and like this, where I can use this when I really push. I don't like to get too insane on my squeegees when I'm pushing on them. So this one, all the way down, and it just fits. So it actually, I mean, at first I thought, it'll be gimmicky, right? I'm digging it. I can use it, and I still have a hard cart, so I could buffer side this, and I can be cruising on a car, do a groove, do my flats, do a groove again, like right here. I can come right through, do my groove. It doesn't have sharp edges, which is nice when you're, like, as you're going, you can even do stuff where guys that don't get real good at maneuvering their squeegee, this might not be a bad option for them.